What's up everybody, that's MB.
And that's MB.
We are the Loot Tube, back with another video.
I have mucky hands. Been to work. I might have mucky hands because I have been to work, but I also have a beer, so I don't care.
Cheers everyone.
Yeah.
If you're going to do it with beer.
Yeah. A few videos we're going to record today.
Yeah, we've got 2 unboxings and this one now is a bit of a special one.
Yeah?
So I'll let MB give you some information on this one.
Yeah. I bought this because I seen it on a group that I'm in on Facebook. There's like loads. I couldn't specifically say where I seen it, but it popped up and I thought that would be good. And it's kind of like a diorama stage setting for some of the figures that I've got, namely the Avengers. So can't quite set it up yet because Nick Fury is one of the main ones that'll go with this. So we thought we'd just put it out there. MB hasn't seen it. I literally only had to get it out of the box to test it out because it was a dodgy plug. It's come from Hong Kong. Got it off a website called 7 Toys. If you Google that, there's some decent stuff in there. 0 import charges, which was excellent, and it came in about 7 days.
Yeah.
If that.
Yeah, from when you
It
said
said
you ordered
14
it.
to 21. 14 to 21 days, and it was here in like a week. Unbelievable. Came through Parcel Force in the UK. Hong Kong Post, I think, was their main shippers. So this is what it is. I'm going to pull it out. It's actually plugged in at the minute. And basically, it's supposed to be like a bridge on one of the ships in the Avengers. So, I mean, we can, for now, we can just unplug it so you can have a better look at it, because I know you haven't seen it. There really isn't that much to it. This is like, these things, you get roughly, I think 6 or 8 of these little plates, and they literally just slide in and out.
Oh, cool.
So
there's
there's nothing to them. It just shows like the layout of the ship. And in there you can see like a strip,
No, yeah.
which is your lighting, if you can see that on there. So they're just, you can swap them in and out and change them how you wanted to, but
That's cool.
if I can get it back in. Only had it half a can. I'm all over the shop. And then the fixture is like a little headphone jack, which plugs into the base of the stand. We're going to try and bring the lights down a little bit in here by dimming out some of the light so we can get it lit off. But it just it's so simple to assemble. There was I'll show you. On the actual board deck here, there's like a few pins, and they were kind of hanging up, and they're just pushed through, and you get like a black, it's kind of like that, like a black little washer that fits on the underside.
Alright.
And it just holds them pins in place, but that is it.
Cool.
You get the base and the stand. All you have to do is slide in you can see there's like one that shows the deck of the ship, one that shows the world map where they're launching the missiles, and the other one's just like radar type things. So it just all slots in. It was so easy to put together. The only wary thing was, I've not seen the plug fitting like it when I pulled it out of the box. I sent a picture to you, didn't I?
Yeah.
Saying it's not like when you would put it, if you were going on holiday to Spain or something, you buy the plug adapter. It actually fits into a toothbrush adapter, so a shaver adapter, and it works fine. So that's really it. You know what I mean? It's just a little something different to add to the figures.
Brings out the collection, doesn't it? If
Yeah,
you've got,
once
like
it's
you said,
all set up.
Nick Fury.
Yeah.
And maybe he's Maria Hill in there. That'd look cool. Could even have a Tony Stark on there.
Yeah, yeah. I've started putting the feelers out for Coulson, Agent Coulson. I think if them 3 are stood on there, it'll look really good.
Yeah, it's nice. It's really gonna, especially if we get it lit up, which we will shortly.
Yeah, we'll cut off.
It'll
and I'll
bring
try
out.
and-
It'll only, only enhance the figures that are on it,
Yeah,
because it looks cool as it is.
yeah.
So I think we're gonna have to have a look at it.
There's loads. When I had a look, there's so many good
Oh,
things that
ideas.
you can get. There's for the Joker and Batman Hot Toys figure, you can get like the back end of the school bus coming through a brick wall. All the lights light up, and in the back of the bus there's like not dollar bills and whatnot. And it looks absolutely the mutts, and it all like sort of lights up. You plug it in and it's on. And to be honest with you, if we can't get the effects of this right now because it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon over here, if we can't get it at some point when we do a later show, we'll revisit it because it is really, really bright.
Yeah.
It's like a really good centerpiece when it's lit up. If anybody's looking at it, it's gonna look mean. So we'll cut off, and I'll try and bring it down.
Just a added question in case anybody asks in comments what we're looking at in terms of price for one of these. Obviously the shipping was free.
Yeah,
so that's a bonus.
Well, the shipping, you still pay shipping, you know what I mean?
But you're paying it in.
So
yeah.
Luckily it equated over and come out of my... I paid for it via PayPal on the 7 Toys, but I also asked Budget Stark whether it was a trusted site, because obviously you've got to be wary when it comes to stuff like this, and he said straight away, yeah, it's fine. And if you do go on there, they do sell like different stuff. If you have a look, they do Hot Toys and stuff. Not so much, it must just be generally like a small like collector's toy shop. Yeah. And have a look, and I got the bill in the other day from the equation over, and it was all in all it was £42 delivered.
Bargain.
So that's with delivery, and also I think they put it down as like a gift, so it got through customs, absolutely no bother. And to be fair, it was. I wish I'd have kept the package. I've put the package away, but you'll see in a later video the Thanos box, and it was pretty much on par with the size of the Thanos box,
right? Because
it was obviously packed in polystyrene, but it was a size.
I think part of the thing is that it's the price of the overall product, isn't it? I think what helps it down, whereas your Thanos or your other Hot Toys, you're paying an extra premium on them because of it. And like you said there,
like
obviously the shipping and handling and everything was in on the price, which is a bonus. And for any new collectors out there, you'll also see that on sites like Pop Culture and Sideshow. They'll bill you for your deliveries in with your prices in there. Like Pop Culture, I think, was about $35 for their handling and shipping out, and then you get another bill after that, which is your then customs charge when it comes into the UK. So to not get one on this, that's a bonus. Yeah,
and we've had some questions about the 2 figures that you started your collection with, the Zod and the Superman from Man of Steel.
Basically, for the two of Man, I mean, I ordered them both at the same time and got them shipped over together as a 2-piece, and overall the shipping and customs price for the UK was around about £55.
Yeah.
For the 2 figures, which
that alone, if you go on direct to the Sideshow, is you're near enough on your bog standard average Joe figure, Captain America with no accessories. We're looking at about £44 just to FedEx, so that is relatively good.
Yeah, and I got lucky with my next one, which I'll explain in the next video.
Yeah, but hopefully, touch wood, we'll go through that, but it kind of looks like they're changing the setup, which I hope's good. I hope it's really, because that's the first figure of that size I've seen shipped direct from Hong Kong.
From what you've said, and some of the latest figures that you've got, that seem to be coming straight from Hong Kong.
Yeah.
So that might be a bit of an added bonus and a sign of things to come.
Yeah, for the UK.
Because I think there may have been a lot of people asking about these charges.
That it can scare you off there. It can, for people like us, when you tot it up, and you're relatively lucky because I've kind of been a guinea pig at it all. But if you tot it up from your FedEx point of view, if we get 3 figures sent over, you're looking at a free figure in shipping, and although you're aware of it, it still niggles the fuck out of me. Like, you've got to pay that amount of money to FedEx. It's such a wafer thin like sheet, this whole customs charge, that they can charge you 41, 44, 48, 56. It's just not an even keel across the board. So it should be a flat rate for me, and it should be maximum like £25.
Yeah.
It's ludicrous, and don't get me wrong. Second to none, the FedEx service it's dispatched, and I think within 3 or 4 days it's in the UK and pretty much ready for being delivered, isn't it? And the only other good thing with FedEx is they deliver it before you pay your charge. So you actually get the figure, and then you get hit with the invoice afterwards. So you get 30 days from that invoice date to pay the figure charge, the import charge, which is good. Whereas, although you've had that experience now, if I hadn't had that experience, you'd have waited for your letter.
I had it with Parcel Force for the Zod and Man of Steel figure. Basically, you got an email or a message from them through email about the export charges, customs charges, whatever you want to call it, and then got a letter sent out, but in between MB gave me the advice to ring them up and see what it was. So I managed to get in there early before my little slip came through the door and get it paid. But with UPS even, it was slightly different, because I tried a bit of an experiment and I didn't phone them and they still delivered the figure. And then they just took payment there and then. So all the guy did was either I could have given my card details, or I give him just £20 note cash, and then they'll send you out a cheque with a
really like paid invoice type thing.
So it worked out quite well that way, because I had the cash on me at the time anyway, so that was a bonus. Yeah.
So this is we've had a guy who commented on the Zod video asking about pop culture. These sites pop up constantly.
Yeah.
And we are going to have a little natter about all this. I mean, we've gone into it a little bit there, but just more so the UK buyers market. If you're starting to get into it, you've started looking at these figures and you're thinking, like, I'd like to start, we're going to try and give you your options. So if we can help in any way, or clear up this murky water on the import charges, then that'll come through. So we'll get back to this. What we're going to do is we'll cut off. I'll drop probably Maria Hill, because she falls into it. Drop Maria Hill down onto the deck, and I'll try and hang something at this window to try and dull out the light a little bit, so you can get some sort of a light effect. Hopefully it pays off. If not, I apologise. But yeah, just thoughts there. I mean, it is all metal as well, all the stanchions.
Oh, it's metal, that.
Yeah, and the gridding underneath actually all lights up. We'll try and
show
that
on
quite video.
It looks really cool, that. Just the effect of it.
Yeah, it's well made. It is well made.
Yeah.
Because, to be fair, I totally expected it to be wood or something. But when it came, and I mean, all this is all metal and it's really well made, but what do you expect?
To be honest, that's the reason I asked the price of it. Obviously to get the information out there to everyone as well, but because for that, you know, from some places you'd be looking at 80 to 90 quid easy. So I get it for what you paid for it with shipping.
And there's only certain numbers made. Like, you can't get these things once they go off sale. That is it. So it's only because of some kind guy sharing this photo in one of the groups that I thought, my God, that looks wicked. And then you've got to try and source it. And even when you go on YouTube, if you see this, Google Mad Box Control Center, because I couldn't for the life of me find a video on it. It just wasn't there. So hopefully it's a first. But we'll try and dim the lights a little bit. We'll get it set up and plugged in, and then we'll fire it up and get the lights on. We'll have a closer look around it with the camera that we've got. Yeah?
Yep.
So we'll be back in 2.
Welcome back. Focusing in on the diorama now with Maria Hill stood there on it. Hopefully you're picking up all the lights and everything, and it's dark enough in here to see it, but I think the effects on it are absolutely brilliant.
It does give off.
It looks really cool, especially the difference in the lights as well. Yeah. You've got the white light on one and then the blue on the other. Sets it out and it looks really cool when it is actually dark.
Yeah. And obviously, to be fair, you could stand Iron Man in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He would still look alright. I was thinking of having like Loki in his shackles. It would still look good.
Yeah, you could get anyone in there.
But there's 5 lights on the actual floor, and this is totally ran off the plug, which is excellent. So you're not forever changing batteries. It just runs off the power mains. Like I said, it's a simple shaver converter plug.
Yeah.
And if you can see under here, you can, yeah, I can see looking at what you're seeing. The full metal, there's lights in there, which gives off a really good effect when it's darker. And then coming up the strut, like MB says, you've got one white and the other one like a blue.
It gives off a really, really cool effect.
Yeah, how the light shines through them to give them that sort of effect is really good.
Yeah.
And then you can have, like I say, we've got Maria Hill stud in there. So, I mean, I don't really want to score this because we're not really, you know what I mean? It's the first one that we've kind of went. Whether we go down that route and get more depends on what gets released and what we want to do. You know what I mean?
Don't let my wife hear you say that.
What?
More. Enough rubbish and collectibles in the house as it is without more.
But yeah,
this is really, really cool. I think, looking at it, I would say probably if you're going to get your Avengers characters like this, and Nick Fury, Maria Hill, Coulson, I think it's a must-have, because it sets it off. It would set it off so well with a couple more figures on it.
Yeah.
Instead of having a natter.
Yeah. And
it's really, really cool.
It's a good size as well. You know what I mean? It's a really good size.
You can see that quite happily sat there in someone's collector's case.
Yeah.
With a couple of figures stood on. Looks really, I really, really like it.
So I think we'll wrap it up.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed having a look at it, because it certainly surprised me when I got it out of the box.
Yeah, give us some thoughts below on what you think, or if you've even got it. Let us know.
Yeah.
Obviously.
We'll revisit this when we get Nick Fury and
yeah.
it gets set up properly, because as you can see by the shelf behind, it's all quite cluttered. But nothing's set up because there's more and more arriving, so it's just kind of a hash reality. It's set up as it is. It's not in any sort of format, even though they still look epic.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that's the Madbox Control Centre diorama setup.
Yeah. Keep commenting down below, because we're loving the interaction with the comments lately.
Yeah, great stuff.
Keep tuned to Twitter at Loot Troop, Instagram for all our crazy photos, The Loot Troop. Gmail, you can email us if you want at loottroopers@gmail.com.
Yeah.
And for this video, that's MB.
That's MB.
We are The Loot Troop, and we'll see you next time.